Okay, let's dive right in. We use it every single day. It's in our wallets, it's in our bank accounts. Heck, it's on our minds when we make pretty much any decision. But have you ever really truly stopped to ask, what is money? And where did it even come from? It's an amazing story of innovation, of technology, and really one of the most powerful shared ideas humanity has ever had. To really get this, let's just do a quick thought experiment. I want you to imagine a world with no money at all. You need groceries, you want a haircut, you have to pay your rent. But the only thing you have to trade is your skill. So if you're a writer, you'd have to find a landlord who needs a blog post written right now. A musician, you'd literally have to trade a song for a sandwich. It sounds pretty chaotic, doesn't it? Well, that's because it is. This chaos has a name, the barter problem. And it all boils down to one core issue with this clunky name, the double coincidence of wants. It's a mouthful, I know, but all it means is you have to find someone who has the thing you want, and at the exact same time, they have to want the thing you have. Plus, how do you make change for a cow? And what happens when you're trading goods like fruit just spoil? Money. Money is the elegant solution to all of this. It's a universal medium of exchange, a standard unit of account, and a reliable way to store your wealth. So humanity needed a fix, and that first solution was honestly brilliant in its simplicity. We didn't just invent money out of thin air, we found it in objects that everyone already agreed had some kind of value. This is what we call commodity money. And its power comes from a really simple idea: intrinsic value. Think about it. Salt wasn't just valuable because you could trade it, it was valuable because you could use it to preserve food. Cattle weren't just a sign of wealth, they gave you milk, leather, and could plow your fields. The object itself was useful, and that shared understanding made it the perfect first money. So, this timeline here, this is basically our roadmap for this whole incredible journey. We started with cattle and grain, but then money evolved. And each of these steps isn't just a new kind of money. You should think of it like a technology upgrade, each one designed to solve the problems that the last version had. But, commodity money had its own set of problems. Trying to lug around a cow to go shopping isn't exactly convenient, right? And grain can rot. So the next phase of money had to tackle these physical challenges. It needed to be portable, durable, and super easy to divide. Enter metal coins. And wow, this was a massive leap forward. All of a sudden, money was small enough to fit in your pocket, it wasn't going to rust or spoil, and you could easily make exact change. Plus, once governments started stamping them, they became standardized and way harder to fake. A coin from one kingdom was suddenly recognizable in another. A real game changer. But then, you know how it goes. As economies got bigger and bigger, even carrying around bags of coins became a problem. Imagine you're a merchant trying to carry thousands of gold coins. It's not just heavy, it's dangerous. So the solution was the next major step in abstraction: paper money. But hold on, this is not the paper money we think of today. This was representative money. It was basically an IOU, a paper certificate, that you could, at any point, go trade in for actual gold or silver that was sitting in a vault somewhere. And this, right here, this is what leads us to the most critical and, honestly, the most mind-bending part of the whole story. This is the moment where money stops being a physical thing of value and becomes a purely social idea. For a very, very long time, this system of representative money, what we often call the gold standard, it worked. That dollar bill you had in your hand was valuable because it was a direct claim on a real, tangible thing: gold. The paper itself wasn't the value. It was just a convenient ticket to get to the value. And then this happened. In 1971, the United States officially cut the cord. The link between the US dollar and gold was severed. The window to trade in your dollars for gold was closed. And that single decision fundamentally changed the very nature of money for the entire world. So if that dollar bill in your wallet is no longer a claim on gold, what makes it valuable? Well, the answer is as simple as it is profound. It's valuable because we all agree it is. Its value comes from our collective faith and trust in the government that issues it, and in the stability of the whole system. It's a shared story that we all participate in every single day. This system has a name: fiat money. Fiat is just Latin for let it be done. The government declares its legal tender, and by the power of that decree and our shared belief, boom, it becomes money. Every major currency in the world today, the dollar, the euro, the yen, it's all fiat money. So that brings us right up to today. Our world is global, it's interconnected, it lives online. And just like every era that came before it, our modern technology is creating a new set of problems that demand, you guessed it, a new evolution of money. And this is where things like cryptocurrencies enter the picture. They're trying to be a new kind of money, one that's built for the internet. So instead of a central bank or a government managing the books, it's handled by a decentralized network of computers all over the world. Every transaction gets broadcast, it gets verified by the network, and then it's locked into a permanent public record called a blockchain. It's an attempt to create digital value without needing a central party to trust. When you zoom out and look at this whole story, that's what it's really all about. Whether it's a seashell, a gold coin, a piece of paper, or just a line of code, money has never really been about the object itself. It has always been a technology, a tool that is built on a story that we all agreed to believe in. And that leaves us with one final thought. We've seen money evolve to solve the problem of barter, then the problem of portability, and then the problem of trust. So the big question for our time is this: as our world keeps changing, what new problems are we going to face? And what will the next incredible evolution of money look like?